All right, hey guys, Jason here. We are back. We're going to be talking about Tina's ZR2. We got over 1,000 miles on it right now, actually 1,049. My stuff should be here tomorrow to do my first ever oil change on it so we can get that done. But I've spent enough time driving it that I'm feeling confident enough to make one of these classic videos everybody makes on the 5 or so things you don't like, the 5 or so things you do like, that kind of stuff. I got another video I want to do on some of the fears I have about this thing when I take it off-road. So we're going to make a couple videos today to relate to this truck. We're out here at the end of my road. Told you we're surrounded by farmland out here. We are on a little one street road. My house is right over there. It's where the end of my road comes in at. And like I said, we're all farmland around here. So we just parked it here for a quiet setting to be able to look at it. And we're going to talk about the things that I do not care for. Now, overall, this truck is amazing. Okay, we love this truck. Tina loves this truck. I love this truck, but there are a few things that I wish were different. Let's hit them up right off the bat on here. First of all, first one is the fog lights. Okay, the fact that I cannot, we have auto headlights on this, so I can leave the headlights in auto and I never have to touch them. They stay in auto mode, they come on when it gets dark, they go off when it gets light, blah, 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 works perfect. However, you cannot sync the fog lights to do the same. You cannot have the fog lights where they come on all the time whenever the headlights are on and then turn off when the headlights turn off, turn back on. The fog lights won't do that. They have to be turned on manually each time. Very annoying, and you have to go through the screen. It's right at the top, it's easy to get to, but it does piss me off that they cannot be synced to that like they can in any other vehicle. That's very upsetting to me. Kind of annoying. Next one up front here that does concern me is this, okay? See we got this amazing skid plate right here, okay, good. See this huge shovel factor, this huge open effect right here, okay? This is going to scoop mud in there like crazy, and what's behind here is all our louvers for our cooler and our radiator and everything right back here, and that's all. These are active shutters on here, okay? These move. This is all going to jam up full of mud. That freaks me out a little bit. That doesn't make me feel very warm and fuzzy right there with that setup on there. This here, I understand that they can't close it off because they need that in there, but that does make me a little nervous on the mud side. Okay, I wish that would have been somehow, I don't know, protected better, but that makes me a little on the nervous side. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that is active grill shutters in there right there that need to be able to open and close and function. It's like that pretty much on all turbo engines, so it's something you got to be taken care of or concerned about, but it is something that doesn't worry me. The other thing is that I do not like the fact that there is no front protection on this thing whatsoever for brush. That kind of bugs me a little bit, but that's the way all trucks are today. My Gladiator has a big, huge front bumper. Pushes crap out of the way like crazy, and everything is back set behind that bumper. Here, this is the first thing that takes any brush we're going to hit. When you look at it, first thing everything is going to hit brush-wise is this piano black plastic front grille. That kind of bums me out a little bit. You know, it's one of those kind of things that I'm just going to have to deal with. And if I take this over, we are going to have to do some kind of work there, because running over brush is a mandatory deal for me. And this truck's not going to do real good at it with that on there. And I know a lot of people have that attitude, you shouldn't be running over brush with your truck. Remember, I understand that, but for me, it's a tool. It's a tool. It has to do stuff, and I needed to make it do stuff. So if that means I got to put a guard on there or something to be able to do that, but I'm not going to not get back to my hunting places and into the stuff I need to do because my truck won't run over some sticks and some twigs and some branches and some, you know, some small little trees growing up in a place I need to go. I'm not dealing with that. I need to be able to move that stuff over, and I can't on here. We'll probably do something, maybe even a winch and a bumper on it when it's time, if I take it over. But that does upset me a little bit on there that all trucks are like that today. It is just the world we live in that we have to deal with. Coming around the backside, there's really not much that bothers me anywhere else on this thing as far as on the exterior of it, but except for this in here, there is no bed light in this truck, okay? Should be bed lights in here. It's dark in here. There is no bed lights. Okay, this is a fully optioned out sunroof, the whole deal. It is fully optioned out. Why do I not have bed lights in here? I'm going to be able to put one in, and a viewer told me too that there is already they're wired for it, so I can actually put them in. They're wired in there for it already, so I can plug something in, but I should not have to do that. It should already be completely done and should already have that. I should not have to mess with that myself under any circumstances yet. Now I have to, okay? It's one of those deals that I got to do. I also have to get goob gone. I got it at home, but you can see I pulled that sticker off and we got a little bit of goo on there that we got to get off there. Just did that today. It hasn't even been washed yet, okay? Like I said, all we've been doing is driving it for 1,000 miles and using it. We got rain coming today anytime, so it'll get its first bath that way. But on the exterior wise, that's really it. The other complaint I do have is the hood, and the Chevy has done this with all their trucks. The hood is massive. Okay, and now it is a compact truck, a mid-sized truck, but the hood is high, and seeing over it sucks. Okay, now we got the front cameras, we got all that. Cameras I'm not a huge fan of cameras. Tina loves them. But I really do think that this raised up hood, you can see how much higher even this is than everything else, is kind of just overdone. It doesn't need to be there. It doesn't need to be that way. And it does make it hard to see over that with what's laying in front of you down here. So it's kind of something to consider. It's just, it takes a little getting used to. Not horrible, but it takes a little getting used to. Now, when we move to the inside of this thing here it is some of the stuff on the inside. Now, again, keep in mind I'm being nitpicky, but we have to. All right, we got to be nitpicky on it. So let's jump in. We're going to set this up here. We're going to start the truck up. Look at that. That's kind of cool. My grandson loves that. Again, he says he absolutely loves that. So we started up in here. All right, we're in. We're rolling. Make sure the radio's turned down. Okay, there we go. And we got all these stupid profiles and warnings that pop up everywhere. I don't care about terms of service. That stuff gets annoying, but I cannot turn my seatbelt off in this truck. It's going to chime and chime for whatever it is, 90 seconds when I drive. And I understand that, and I know I should be wearing my seatbelt. Again, you don't understand. I live in the woods. When I'm in the woods and I'm putzing through there and I'm in and out constantly checking on signs, checking on tracks, checking on crossing, I don't want a seatbelt on. Okay, I don't need a seatbelt, and I shouldn't have to deal with a seatbelt. But on top, now in a Ford truck or in my Gladiator, my Taser Mini turns off that seatbelt chime. Okay, in a Ford, you can do the seatbelt 3, 2, 4, 1, hold the brake, turn the knob, do, like I've done in every one of my F-150s, farm mode they call it, and you can turn that off. In here, I cannot. I got to deal with the stupid seatbelt chime, and it upsets me, and it bugs me tremendously. Another thing here too is the fact that we have the auto start stop. Many trucks do, but it is so annoying to deal with that. At least Nissan puts their button like literally right here. So it's bam, bam when you start it, which is nice. Here it's buried all the way over here, usually behind where my phone is, and I forget about it. So it's annoying. Now, another thing that I do find kind of weird is this. I don't like this. Okay, you get on any menu you're at down here, for most of these menus, you can see right here, two-wheel drive. Let me zoom in. Two-wheel drive, and it shows the transfer case there. If I click here and I change the menus, okay, we change it. It's still there, right? That's a good thing. Change it again, still there. That's a good thing. Change it again, still there. Good thing. Change it again, still there. Good thing. Okay, so we definitely like that feature being there, okay? Off-road pages is there, so we like that down there. That's a very nice feature. However, there is no light or nothing that happens down here, and because that is buried down there in that line with everything else, it's easily forgotten about. And it is so easy to tap this and switch it out. If I just even bump this button here, let's zoom out a little bit, but if I bump this to 4 high, it's going right to 4 high, and it's going to click in. Now we're in, but there it is. But there is nothing else that lights up over here that tells me that. There's nothing anywhere. That looks the same except the two, a little change, but not something that my wife is going to really catch on to or know about. And yet it's so just a light little touch of this, and boom, we're going back to two-wheel drive, but it is so light. Now, she doesn't use this mode. It'll tell us two-wheel drive over there. See, that's nice. This is my favorite screen layout for myself. But for her, in one of the ones that she's in, like this, it doesn't tell her that. All she has is that down there, and she's not going to notice that, but it is just such the slightest little bump over here on this thing, and boom, and you're changing transfer case. I wish this lit up. Okay, this should be lighting up 4 high, 2 high, so it's easily glowing at you, telling you where you are and what's going on so that you don't make that mistake in there, but it does not do that. We don't get that luxury. Same with 4 Auto, same with all that stuff, but that's one thing that is kind of annoying. The other thing is, too, now at least with the locker, they do give you a light here, which you can see. So my wife knows that the only light that should ever be on here is this one when you get in and you turn it off, but you get that bright light. But if she accidentally hits something and hits that locker button and that's going to lock up, okay, she's got, if she sees this light, she knows there's a danger there. There's something wrong. We talked about this. She knows. You should never be locked up like this. You don't want that to happen. If she were to hit it, grabbing her purse off the seat and pulling it across and bump this or something, that at least gives us us a light like that. This should do the same. When we're in 4 high or 4 low, we should get a light on here that's going to tell us these two could be fine, but when we hit either of the 4s, it should light up like what that does here for the locker, and we do not get that luxury. So that's kind of a pet peeve for me on that. Now, another interior pet peeve is that we have one USB or these two USBs right here, and that is it. Okay, you got wireless charging right here. We don't care about, we have magnets on our phones and things like that that don't let that work, but this is a bummer that we only have these two here. We got this huge compartment back here. Why is there not a USB port on the back of this so we can plug things in and set stuff up here? Huge compartment, no USBs back here anywhere that we could use back there. And all this dead space right here, all of this dead space, how about giving us maybe 2 more USBs right here where we could actually use them? You have nothing here or here. Why not give us more than just 1 in 1 so that we could actually plug more than one phone in here or stuff like that without having to go to plug in the console? That kind of upsets me. It's that stupid stuff that these stupid games they play, or give us a 12 volt right here where I can plug in a 12 volt and run 3 more extensions on there and that kind of stuff on there for anything I want to do. But no, we get nothing there. This is a waste right here. That kind of upsets me. Again, these are nitpicky things, but it pisses me off. That should have, you know, this is functional stuff. And you got this huge compartment, which is great, but I mean, why not a USB back there? Why not a few more USBs? We live in a connected world. Why not give us some options? We got all kinds of tech in here and fancy crap. Why do we not have that? On that same note, when I turn this off and I turn it back on, we have heads-up display on here, okay? We do not have heads-up display, but right back here is a heads-up display unit. On the windshield, when you hit when automatic emergency braking kicks in, it's going to show 5 or 6 bright red triangle caution things that are going to pop up on my dash. Okay, see if it does it when I start it. Let's see here. Let's open a door, close the door, do this whole thing right here. Hold on. Okay, and yeah, I heard you. Beep, beep, beep. All right, let's see if it does it for you where you can see it. See him? You see him? See him right there in the middle of the screen? Okay, those are lighting up right there. Those are going to pop up when I have emergency braking. So if something goes wrong and I got a beep, 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 you know, because of a car slowing down too quick, that's going to show on my dash or on a windshield to alert me. Since I already have that, why do I not have speedometer for heads-up display? Why can't I have a speedometer and show the actual speed limit symbol, you know, that we have for everything else? But why can't you just put that number there? You already have all the technology is here. Everything is already right there. You're already displaying a caution thing up there. Why not just give it heads-up display and be pretty cool? So that's another one that kind of gets on my nerves. The last one, the final one, is that I have to stare at this crap all day long on here, okay, on the hood. That's pretty neat, but again, look at how high up that hood sits, and here's my eyes right here, okay, and let's put it on 1, not wide. That's what I have to stare at, is the back of this thing constantly right there on the hood. Not a huge deal, and I understand you got your windshield wiper things and stuff like that there too, but it just looks unfinished and unrefined there. Again, not a major deal, but again, I got a nitpick here to find 5 or 8 things that I don't like, and if I had to, that would be one. It's kind of like all this extra BS going on here on the hood. Couldn't we have just knocked that down, gave me a little better sight lines and got rid of that so I can see better out of this thing rather than having to stare at the back of this plastic and the unfinished side of that hood and underneath there and all of this stuff in here that I have to deal with staring at all the time when I'm driving? It just doesn't seem to have a lot of purpose to it for it to be there for me to look at constantly. Why is that there? Just get rid of it all. Get rid of the hoods. Make this thing lower and make it more functional. Does it look tough outside? Yes, it does. Does it serve any purpose? I don't think so. But it definitely is a detractor when I'm driving. As you see out of there, you know, it's just there and it's just not serving much purpose. So basically, as far as a list of cons, that would be it. The other one is the worst one. Is this, and I cannot figure out how to turn it off, but if I get out and Tina stays in the car, like if I go to make videos, for example, and we shut the car off for anything, but if she is in the car, or her key is in the car, if I close this door, like you heard when I turned it off and on, if there's a key left in a vehicle, we get that stupid boop, 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 3 honk, horn honk. It is annoying. Okay, so if Tina's still in the car and I run into a gas station, okay, I close the door, honk, honk, honk. Okay, it's always doing that. Everywhere we go, it is honking 3 times because she has her key in her purse. I have my key in a pocket. I get out of the car, and then she, I close the door and beep, 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 beep. It's always honking at us. Not beeping, but honking, honk, honk, honk. And it's very annoying. That upsets me. If there's a way to turn that off, I haven't found it yet. I haven't looked hard, but if you know how to, I would love to know because it is exhaustingly annoying. Drives me nuts. Or like when I'm in the woods, I got the window down and I'm going to be driving around out there. If I see something, I want to get out of the truck, shut the door and walk over here and look at something. I close that door, beep, 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 3 honk, okay? It's annoying. My Gladiator has the same thing. However, the Taser Mini turns it off, gets rid of it instantly. Okay, so hopefully somebody comes out with a Taser Mini for this thing or something along the lines for that. Maybe they do. I haven't looked yet. I just haven't had the time. We've been doing a bathroom remodel. We just bought this. I've been super busy, but hopefully some of these things I can figure out a way to address on there that make things a lot better. But I'm telling you, somebody comes out with a cool sticker for this part of this truck on the back of that hood right there. Somebody comes out with some cool stickers that go on there, they'll probably be a huge seller because it would be something nicer to look at than just staring at the back of that thing all day when you're driving. So, but anyway, that would be my small list of things I don't like. So obviously you can tell we like it a lot if that's the best I can come up with because it's a pretty rock solid truck and we're pretty fired up about it. So anyway, we're gonna do that. And then actually right now, before it rains too hard, I'm gonna start recording the one on the things we love about it. That'll come out at another time. Thanks for watching.